I want to drink every day. I am a drinker.
All right, cool. I knew we were going to go along just fine. What's up, everybody? I am Johnny Christ, and on this week's episode of Drinks with Johnny, I am joined by Tech N9ne. How the hell are you today, my friend?
Yes, man. I'm gravy, man. I'm just waking up in Boise, Idaho on the Strange New World tour, man. And we're on like show 25 out of 68, I think.
Wow. Dude, I saw you were waking up the other day in your bus on Instagram and showing us all how you living. Is that how you always have your buses when you're out on the road, or is this just for October getting geared up for Halloween here?
It's always October all year round for me. You know what I'm saying? I always take my mask from my clown shrine with me every once in a while. Most of the time I take my clown shrine mask, but the ones you saw, one of them is actually my stage mask for the clown portion of this tour. You know, I have an extra one in case the one that I'm using that stays in the case backstage breaks. You know what I mean? So you saw the extra one, and you saw a gift. The other clown mask is a gift that one of the fans gave me, you know what I mean, on this tour. But I always got the Halloween theme going on all year round in my home. It's my favorite holiday. This all came from my Christ mom. I was born in 71. She took me to go see Carrie in 76 and Halloween in 78. At Haunted Houses, I learned all my darkness from this Christ-driven woman, and I love her for it because I've used it all my life, and it created Tech N9ne, and I have fans all over the world because of it. Thank you, Mama. Rest her soul.
Thank you, Mama. Yeah, rest in peace there too, dude. Well, I think we're gonna get along just fine then. If Halloween's your favorite holiday, that's also mine. We usually do a big Halloween party here. I go all out for it. It's a lot of fun. But
yes, sir.
Since we're gonna easily get along together about most things, but there's one thing I got to bring up that I don't think we're gonna get along too well on.
What?
You're a Chiefs fan, huh?
To the depth of me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a baby, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm the kind of Chiefs fan. When they're losing, I'm still a Chiefs fan. I'm not a fair weather fan. I've been a fan of them since I can remember walking.
Okay, I'll give you the
where you
benefit
from?
of the doubt there.
Where you from though?
I'm from SoCal. I'm from Orange County, so I'm a big Raiders fan.
Oh my God! Enemies!
Oh yeah, exactly. Just like brutal enemies right here, like division rivalries. As soon as I saw that Red Kingdom song that you put out, I was like, I don't know if I could have him on my show now, man. I was thinking about
Raider Nation is so serious, dog.
Oh yeah,
whenever I post anything that got to do with the Chiefs or my jersey or anything, they like, we love you, Tech, but this Raider Nation.
Exactly. That's how I felt when I saw it. When I saw it, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, oh man, we have so much in common. We're gonna have a good time, but then this shit has to come up.
You ain't about to, but you're not about to pay $900 for a ticket to go to the new stadium, though. So you're not really a fan anyway. So
yes, I am, and yes, I will. You don't know me like that, Tech. I will absolutely do that.
Yeah. Everybody asked me. I just had a show in Vegas. They're like, "Are you coming to the Chiefs game?" I'm like, "Hell no! We're gonna fight."
Yeah, it's
not
definitely
going to a Chiefs game in Vegas when the Chiefs are playing and we happen to win. Or we lose. It's going to be a fight no matter what. No, I don't want to be. It's always fight. No, Raider fans are crazy. Well, I remember when y'all was in Oakland. All the stuff that was happening in Oakland.
Oh, Oakland
Holy
was brutal.
moly.
I loved going there though. I went there for one of the last seasons before they left Oakland. It was awesome against the Bengals. I grew up the same way as you with the Chiefs. I grew up as a Raiders fan from day one. Okay. So right. we could at least just respect the fact that we're not fair weather. We've seen them up and down, and we're good.
How old are you though? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 36. I'll be 37 next month.
Man, you're a whippersnapper. I'll be 50 in 2 weeks. I have seniority. Chiefs, baby. Red Kingdom.
That's bullshit. No, that just means you're closer to your way out. No, you're closer to your way out.
Touche.
Oh, that's fun though,
Yeah.
man. How do you feel about your chance? I mean, right now the Chiefs just got back up to 500 at 3-3. You think you're gonna make it back all the way up to another AFC championship?
I don't want to talk about it, man, because I want to jinx them. I just want to let them do their magic. I don't want to talk about it at all.
Okay. What is so? Do you watch other sports? I know obviously football is very just football.
I am not a sports nut. I've never been a sports nut. My Uncle Ike is a sports nut. He's the reason why I like the Chiefs, the Royals, you know what I'm saying? Anything Kansas City, Sporting KC, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for Kansas City sports. That's it. I don't watch. I mean, we were watching the Lakers game yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know even who to root for. I like LeBron. I like Curry. I'm like, hey, may the best man win. I don't care. Because I'm glad I'm like that because I have enough stresses in my life already. I don't need any more stresses. My team. No.
Oh man, I'm wrapped up in the Lakers and Raiders and everything like that. So like I'm wrapped up in it. I love it though. That is my stress relief. Because I have a stake in it, right? But not really because I'm not out there doing it. I just root for them.
So that means last night you were upset then, right?
I was a little upset last night. Yeah, I was.
That's unnecessary stress, brother.
But I wasn't super upset. I don't let it ruin my night. It's just kind of like, oh man. And then you just say, well, it's the beginning of the season. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But you know, you kind of think that it's like a bad omen, like, ooh, this might mean the season might not go that well, you know what I'm saying? So you don't need that stress, man. So have at it though, you know.
Oh, I'm gonna. I can't change now. I'm set in my ways.
Exactly.
Dude, but let's talk about how we got together. Like we've been talking between our team and Sean have been talking about getting you on this show for the last several months. And I'm actually kind of glad it fell through the first few times because now I got to listen to Asinine enough times before you came on the show that I had no idea that was coming when we started these talks. So, I mean, fantastic record all the way through, still killing it, man. You have like one of those styles that I really gravitate towards in hip hop, that really fast syllable rhythmic thing that I mean, you've been doing it for a long time, man. Was that just something that, I mean, I hadn't heard too many guys before you do that. Was that you coming up with them, or was there a lot of influence in there?
Nah, man. My influence, like I said, I'm about to be 50. I'm older than all these other guys. My influence back then to start double timing and triple timing was actually Slick Rick. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? He used to have this song called Lick the Balls, like, don't worry about a thing, just make sure nobody sees us, or something like that. We're rich, we can have whatever would please us. And I was like, don't worry about a thing, don't worry about a thing. 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 You know what I'm saying? It just turned into that, and Jamaican toasting and all that inspired me. You know what I mean? It's just people like Twista, they took it to the mainstream before I could. You know what I mean? And he's a murderer at what he does. You know what I'm saying? I was at home watching him on TV like, holy moly, look at that little kid. He's busting fast like we do. It's a Midwest thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Midwest thing. Got what Eazy-E blew it out the water, man. We're fans of them too. But
another one that I was a fan of early on, it was the first time I had heard besides you, was like Busta Rhymes doing it too. And
Jamaican toasting.
Yeah. It was
Jamaican toasting. You know what I'm saying? And like not so much the scenario Busta Rhymes, not so much later on in his career it sped up. You know what I mean? But he was always able to do that Jamaican type toasting. I think that's his background though. You know what I mean? Like Poor Righteous Teachers would do it. Freestyle Fellowship would do it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day as well. You know what I mean? Fushnikins, you know, like Chip Fu is still a murderer. You know what I'm saying? On the double and triple and quadruple time, you know. So there's been a lot of people that's dabbled in the fast spitting, but when it comes to chopping, Tech N9ne.
Tech N9ne for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I've had so much fun listening back on the catalog, and then of course, as I mentioned, Asinine that's out right now just came out. Was it 2 weeks ago now?
No, a week ago.
Week ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 weeks by the time this comes out. So I was just, futuristic on it.
Oh, why you didn't tell me that? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, man. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I don't try and do the yeah. This is pre-recorded. Everyone already knows.
It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, man. Came out this booming after 2 weeks. Whoa.
Yeah, no, it really is though. I mean, the obvious collaboration, big song that popped off, Face Off.
Yes,
dude, great job on that. Like, we got Joey Cool and ISO King, and of course The Rock. That's gonna be, dude. Everything about that, like I saw the video first. I was at the country club with a couple of buddies that are like, "Hey, have you seen this new Tech N9ne with The Rock?" And I was like, "No." And he showed me the video. The video is amazing. The song is incredible. I had a couple of questions on it, of course, but one of them was, did you help The Rock with his verse at all?
Only with the structure. He knew exactly what he wanted to say. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We stay power. Put in the work. Put in the hours and take what's out. That's all him. Because I just wanted him to talk like a motivational speech on that 8 bars, And he said, "No, I want to rap, dude." And I'm like, "Ooh, you want to rap?" Like, yeah. And I said, "Okay." And he said, "And I want to go fast too. I want to do something like it's about drive. It's about." I said, "Keep that. Keep that." So he gave me the words. And he had the cadence how he wanted it too. So I just helped him structure it. Like, you should put that right there. Oh, that'll be dope right there. That right there. And it ended with extreme mono. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, it's powerful, man. And it's, you just kind of put on your producer hat a little bit on it, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been doing that my whole career though. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Structuring rhymes, you know what I'm saying? And it's a wonderful thing, brother. We worked together. It came up with an amazing project. You know what I'm saying? And it's still climbing to this day. You know what I mean? The video is like going up, dude. It's
insane. Every day I look at it, it's got another 1 million views on it and everything. It's like
it's doing 1 million a day. Yeah. Never in my career, dude. Thank you.
Incredible, man.
Dwayne, The Rock, Big Uso Johnson.
Yeah, man. So cool. And it's such a random pairing, I guess, in my estimation. I would never expect it, but from everything that I've read and seen, it looks like you and The Rock have been friends for quite a while. Like, how did this all come about?
I was doing press a few years ago in LA. I was dropping a new album. It was the day before it came out, and I was leaving LA on the way to the airport. And some of our movie partners were with us, Shawnee and Lorenzo, they're like, "Hey, man, The Rock is shooting Ballers. I want to know if you can stop by, say hello." I'm like, "What?" Yes, because we've been talking before, throughout the years. He's been posting stuff like him working out to Straight Out the Gate with me and Serge Tankian of System of a Down, and, Riot Maker, all the aggressive music, you know what I mean? He even posted some from my artist Mayday, just really showing love to Strange music, man. So he wanted to meet me because he heard I was in town. So they stopped us by there. We met. I gave him the record. He was the first one to have that record. I forgot. Maybe it was Nina. Maybe it was, I don't know. I have so many records. And he was the first one to have it. And at that meeting, we said to each other, he said to me, "We're going to do something. I don't know what it is, but we're going to do it." I'm like, "I believe you." So I got this beat like sometime in 2020, early 2020. And my producer, Seven, who did the beat, he had just left. And, his mom had just died. And he said he didn't want to do music anymore. And he went on somewhere else, And I had a few beats from Seven, and that was one of them. And I came up with the hook. And I thought to myself, I need to get my brothers, King ISO, and Joy Cool on my album. So I did my verse. It felt like a UFC, like sports kind of feel. Spirit of a lion described my soul. I just did what the beat required. And sent it to my guys. They murdered it. I played it for my uncle, Ike, with all 3 verses on it. We had a part at the end that was open. And he said, wow, that's a dope song, nephew. What you gonna put on that last part? I said, I don't know yet. He said, man, it's like a fight song for real, man. You should get Conor McGregor on it to talk. And I'm like, the Irish guy? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know, homeboy. I don't know him like that, so I don't know. And that made me think, Big Uso. Wow. So I hit him in his DM and said, I think I have one, brother. And I decided to need an email so I can send it to you. He sent his email right away. Like, holy moly.
And that's a big DM. That's a big DM list he must have gone through.
Yeah. I mean, I've DM'd Rihanna lately and Billie Eilish and Kendrick, even though I got a song with Kendrick and no response. But The Rock hit me right back. And I sent it to him and he's like, Uso, this is the one. This is the one. I said, yeah, man, I just need you to talk on it. Something motivational, man. You know what I'm saying? Pushing people. He's like, no. I'm going to rap on this. For the first time, I'm going to rap on that. I'm like, holy moly donut shop. You know what I'm saying? And the rest is history, you know?
Yeah, man. I was definitely surprised with it. I mean, I've been a huge fan of The Rock. As you see, I went Undertaker shirt. I'm a big wrestling fan.
Yes.
I've been watching him for a long time and known that he could sing. And obviously he did the track, all the tracks on Moana with on that. So I mean, he's definitely musically inclined.
Yes. And because of the cadence in You're Welcome, I knew that he could do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah,
well,
man.
There is that quick little cadence that you say in Your Welcomes. Yeah, it's perfect.
That's what I know. Yeah. And but he took it to another level on this one, dude.
Yeah. Are you wrestling? Were you a wrestling fan before, or what were you when he's hitting you up on the baller set and saying come down? You're like, well, fuck yeah, it's The Rock. Are you a fan?
I've never been a big fan of wrestling like that, but I understood that he was a part of it, and I've seen things throughout my life. And can you smell what The Rock is cooking and all that kind of stuff? I knew what that was. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't really start going to Monday Night SmackDown, I think, in Kansas City until my brother Maxilla would take me, and I saw all the people, all creeds, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fill the Sprint Center. I'm like, I had no idea this was this big. I had no idea because I've been in my world, creating my own world, Strangeland. I had no idea. It went over my head. You know, all the NWO stuff and all this stuff from back in the day. I'm like, I saw it, but I wasn't really in tune like that. I was more in tune with his movies, you know? Right. Yes.
So, which I love every single movie he's done, by the way.
Yeah, I'm talking about from Be Cool. I thought he was wonderful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even crazy ass stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just over the years, just enjoying his movies, you know?
And he's doing great. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. But let's get back to the Asinine record as a whole, because there was another song on there I wanted to talk about. What was it? Dial It Back. Was like, I was listening to the lyrics in that song, and I was like, this is some mature shit right here. This is some, this is some intelligence that you're laying down for everyone to really pick up. And,
it came from, you know, just living life and introducing myself to people. Like, hey, how you doing? My name's Tech N9ne. I know who you are. You know, like, oh, so I slighted you by introducing myself. I've almost gotten into fights with introducing myself. Like, hey, man, Tech N9ne. I know you, honey. You ain't got to introduce yourself to me. I'm like, wow. Oh, so we're going to fight because I'm being polite. You know what I mean? That's just one level of it. But I noticed that my words hit harder to other people than regular people. Like if I say to you, yo, man, I think your show is okay, man. I think you should do this. Coming from me, a lot of people take that to heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've learned to dial back a lot of things because my force, the way people look at me on a pedestal, when actually we're human beings on a same level playing field in my mind and my soul. When people see me elevated, I have to bring myself down a little bit with my opinions and the things that I say because I've witnessed my evolution, and me talking about how I've evolved can make someone feel less of themselves. And I never understood that. And money can make people feel less, but this is just our job, and it's a blessing that we can make money doing it, but it doesn't make us better than anyone else. You know what I mean? But people feel away. It's not you that change with success. It's people that change because they start to feel weird around you. Oh, you too good for us now that you're doing big shows with Kanye and going to do Knot Fest with Corey Taylor and all these songs or all these people. Oh, you got The Rock now. Don't forget about the little people.
Yeah.
I'm still the little people.
Right.
This is my job. It's a blessing that I can go this far, but we can still talk as human beings, man.
And I couldn't agree with you more, man.
Yeah, it sucks that I have to dial myself back for other people's to feel like they're level with me. You know what I'm saying? I have to dial myself back, like, and that's what the song is about. You know what I'm saying? I'll touch it and dial it back. You know what I'm saying? So that you'll feel better about yourself. I won't talk about my accomplishments because it makes you feel like you've done nothing when you've probably done everything as a nurse or as a doctor or a football player or a mailman or a barista. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is.
I agree with that because I'm a firm believer that your happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from somebody else. You can't let someone else be your happiness because then they're going to be your sadness too. You got to have all that control all within yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So me dialing it back is for the people that feel less when I'm speaking about myself or when I'm giving an opinion about something. You know what I'm saying? I'll just dial it back. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you do. You know?
I mean, you want to support everyone else, but I do like part of it too. You even in this album, you talk about like how you still have your struggles even to this day. You know,
yes,
like because we're all. It goes back to the fact that we're all humans and we all have our own issues and we're all a constant work in progress, right?
There you go. There you go, man. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. I mean, you see how people look at The Rock and how he's on a high tier of entertainment. If he is indeed on that high tier that everybody sees him on, reach down to me and say, come on up, man. A human being, man. A wonderful human being. Not that he can help me, is that he took the time to say something. Just being polite. Saying hello to people you don't know. A lot of people won't even speak to each other because of fear of what they might do or say. But when something
so silly because you can't. I've learned this recently is to try not to anticipate what is going to happen in the future. If you say hello, if you say you're putting fear in yourself when you don't even know what's going to happen when you say hello.
Exactly. You know? Anxiety, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have it, and I'm understanding that mental illnesses are real and all that kind of stuff, mental health and all that. But respect is good in any language. And I learned that decades ago.
Right.
Respect is good in any language, man. And hello and excuse me, pardon me. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to step on your shoe. I know you just bought your Jordan, but we're packed in here at this concert. We're not going to fight over this, okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Respect.
Yeah, I think that's I think respect and politeness and everything like that is so important. I have a 4-year-old son right now, and the first things I started to teach him was saying please and thank you right off the bat, even in sign language, because I think that stuff goes a long way. It's not about the words necessarily; it's about, like you said, showing that respect to another human being, and I think that goes a long way.
I remember a few tours ago, I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And it was after my show. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and it was another tour bus like across the street from ours, at another spot. And one of my stage guys came over. He's like, "Hey, man, that bus over there, it's Phil Anselmo from Pantera. He wants to meet you." And I said, "Holy shit, that's Phil over there. You know, I wanted to go see greatness, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks. So, and rest in peace, Dimebag Daryl. So, I went over there. My security came with me. Got on the bus. It was like maybe 8 or 9 people on the bus. As soon as I got on the bus, everybody stood up like, oh my God, Tech N9ne, boom, boom, boom. Phil Anselmo was all the way in the back by himself. I said what's up to everybody up there. He stood up, gave me a big hug. We talked for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I commended him. He commended me. We took a picture. I posted it. Everybody, thousands of comments. How can you take a picture with a white supremacist, skinhead? And I'm like,
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that because the imagery that they used to put out. Yeah.
I said, let me tell you something. If indeed that bus was full of skinheads, when I walked on that bitch, respect was had both ways. That's what life should be.
Right.
It don't matter. Straight up, respect was had.
Exactly.
Love and respect was had.
And that's great. Yeah, because I mean, like, it's unfortunate because a lot of the imagery, especially early on for Pantera, had the Confederate flag and stuff. And I think a lot of that, I mean, you could kind of claim ignorance to it because for a lot of it, for guys like me who grew up in like a place where it wasn't, I mean, not saying that for them, but the Confederate flag wasn't very prominent here in Southern California. Like it was like on Dukes of Hazzard and Leonard Skinner t-shirts, which I loved both things. So I didn't think anything of it until I got older in life and was realized and was taught what it meant basically. And I you know, it's not an excuse per se, but it is something to think about on that level. When
totally, I mean,
whenever you got someone's racist when maybe they're not, maybe it's a misidentity.
Whenever you got the NASCAR Association extracting the flag, you know it's something. You know what I'm saying? Right. And people are starting to get it. You know what I mean? But respect goes a long way. And that picture of me and Phil stayed up, and it's still there if you search back. I don't back down from anything. I have no fear. We as people respect each other. I didn't feel skinhead when I was in there. I didn't feel none of that. And he's denounced that before. You know what I'm saying? No matter what imagery or whatever, he's denounced it back in the past. You know what I mean? I had to go do some research, you know what I'm saying, to remember everything. You know, I'm talking about before I met Phil, the place where Dimebag got killed in Columbus, Ohio, I told my booking agent, don't book me there anymore. We don't go there anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, out of respect, that goes right back to the respect thing, right? I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And you're just a big Pantera. Like that segues us into some of the crossover that you've been able to do with a lot of my peers in the metal and rock world. I mean, like you mentioned Corey Taylor, you were mentioning Pantera. Obviously, you're a fan. What was some of your first rock rap albums that you got into? Were you in rock before hip hop, or was it the other way around?
No, it was all at once because I lived in a family where my neighbors would play hip hop. My family would play gospel. My uncle in that family would play early Elton John and early the Doors, and that's why I became a Doors fan. You know what I mean? Because early on as a kid. What?
Before you go on a little bit further, I have to give you props on the Strange Days cover that you did with the guys from the Doors. Oh my God, that was so fucking cool. I watched the behind the scenes little clip you got on Strange Music Incorporated on YouTube, which everyone should go check out. Because I wanted to talk about that with you. I'm a huge Doors fan, you know, absolutely from day one. And I had a fun story of when I went to visit Jim Morrison's gravesite when I went with our late drummer.
Carlos Says. I've been there like 3 times.
You've been there 3 times?
Yes.
I've only been the once. It was just me and our late drummer, and we started singing, I think, Light My Fire with a group around us, and a whole group of us, like a bunch of these other, you know, I imagine some of them from France, some of them from abroad. And we all just started singing in unison Light My Fire right by his
That's
gravestone. It was
beautiful.
awesome.
That's beautiful. I thought it was the trip because I'm from the Midwest. You can't really take liquor in a cemetery, you know, and they let us take bottles up there and drink and everything. You know, I went up there to tell them thank you because imagine being a kid hearing Light My Fire and all that kind of thing. Because my uncle, he works for the school board and all that kind of stuff. My uncle Ike, he would bring different music home. You know what I'm saying? Fly, rocket this like absolute delight. You know what I'm saying? All that. My baby got a hornet, so I gotta get some. You know, when I was young, all this. So just imagine being a young little boy hearing songs. The Doors. When I was born, he died when I was born. I was born in '71.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's when he died, right?
I believe so. I've
yes. Yes.
It sounds about right. I mean, it was 70 or 71 or something like that.
Yeah, it was 71, man. You know what I'm saying? I was born that year. So as a young kid, I was still hearing the blurbs, you know what I'm saying, of the Doors, you know what I'm saying, all the way up to my teens and everything. So imagine being that kid hearing that music and then later on in my life, being able to work with the members. Can you imagine how I felt being in there with Ray Manzarek, rest his soul, Robbie Krieger and John Dinsmore, and I'm in the booth somewhere in LA where Jim would be standing. I got chills, dude. Doing my verse for the song because we wasn't even gonna do Strange Days.
Yeah, I know. What song were you gonna do before? Because you mentioned that in the behind the scenes, but I didn't catch which one you were gonna originally do.
I wanted to freak Severed Garden somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I wanted to get because the producer Fred Breck that put it together, he said Ray is like, I call him Uncle Ray. We work in the same studio, Tech. I'll introduce you to him. I'm like, no fucking way. No fucking way. I'm talking about this is the guy that I named my label Strange Music because I'm a Doors fan. Strange Days. People are strange. That's why this is called Strange Music because of the fucking Doors. Okay. So when I meet Fred Breck and we're working in LA and stuff, and he tells me that Uncle Ray works in here. I'm like, no, he hooked it up. So I told the guys, we had a meeting the first day in the studio. I'm like, man, I want to freak Severed Garden somehow. And Robbie said, man, that's cool, man. Let's do Strange Days. And I had a rhyme ready for Severed Garden. I had an idea. I was going to tell Fred Breck to freak the beat. When Robbie said, man, no, man, let's do something that people know really like big, like Strange Days. I'm like, what you gonna say? Like, I got something already prepared because I wanted to be prepared for this session, or let's build it from scratch. We built it from scratch. I wrote in the studio, nervous, like, oh my God, I have to write this right here. Fred Breck put the beat together right there, and then guys are playing and dropping their parts. I'm like, oh, this is real.
Did you get that all done in one day? Did you get that all done in one day?
It was like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? And it was surreal, bro. It was surreal. And then I got to go to Pere Lachaise and tell Jim, thank you for the inspiration and everything, dog. You know what I'm saying? And you don't just get to do that being a ghetto kid from Kansas City, Missouri, from Wayne Minor Projects. You don't get to just tell the people that inspired you and work with them and tell them thank you and ask them questions about Jim. I remember after we were done on the second or third day, we were done, and I was in there drinking some red wine with Ray Manzarek, and I was like, I asked him about a Jim lyric. I can't remember. I said it on the thing.
Right.
On the thing.
You said something about you guys were drinking Pinot. I can't
Pinot,
into
yes.
that.
Yes. We're drinking Pinot, but I asked him what Jim meant by the traffic light. I forgot what quote he said. Hey man, you gotta ask him, dude. Thanks,
what a
bro.
brilliant response! What a brilliant response, my friend. Dude,
yeah, so that was a big thing.
That's rad.
It was a bitch to get all the estates, all the 4 estates that own all that, to say yes, but after checking my background out, all the estates said yes, man.
That's so cool. Yeah, I can imagine how difficult that can be sometimes with the litigation.
I think the black magic lady was one of them too.
Was it?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I heard. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, you said it, so we'll say that that's truth. We'll go with
Yeah,
that.
man. You know what I mean? Same thing with Richie Havens when I did Speed from Freedom. You know, his estate said yes. And I put Eminem on it and my brother Chris Calico, you know, and I had got a email from his daughter, from Richie Havens' daughter, and said, we love it. He would have loved this. He would have been a part of it. It warmed my heart.
That's so cool, man. I love how diverse your music is.
Yes.
And just from the rock world to the hip hop world,
Yes.
and everything in between, man. And then bringing in the horror scene to it as well as you have. I mean, again, I'm a big horror fan. Like,
yes.
We got Halloween around the corner right now. I mean, by the
Yes,
time this airs,
sir.
Halloween will already pass. Are you planning anything special? I know you're out on the road right now. Do you have a show on Halloween night or anything like that?
Yes, I do. I have a show in Indianapolis at the Egyptian Room. It's a huge room and it's beautiful. It's going to be a wonderful night. I've already seen Halloween Kills a couple of days ago. The day it came out on the 15th. I fucking loved it.
It was awesome,
fucking
right?
loved it. Holy moly. I told my lady, I said, baby, you have to find me the burnt mask. I know it's somewhere. I know somebody's selling it. She sent me a picture. She sent me a picture immediately. Like, I got it. Oh,
I know
so
a guy who might be able to help with that too. If you haven't gotten it already, Zach Myers of Shinedown is a huge Halloween fan and has been on set for all those.
Oh years. Man, I had Brent's number for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it comes to Shinedown, me and Brent was texting each other some years ago. I don't know if he has the same number though. I'll check it and see.
Yeah, check it and see, because Zach's a good friend of mine. All those guys are good friends of mine. But
yes, sir.
Zach's the one that can infiltrate some Halloween shit for you.
That's beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what's some of the other horror movies you're into? I mean, Halloween is obviously one of your tops. You into some other ones? Like, what would be like your top 5? Even just franchises. You don't have to go as specific as movie.
76. Carrie with Sissy Spacek.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning with Tommy in the psych ward in the woods was my favorite one. Halloween 2, John Carpenter is my all-time favorite. The music, the keyboards that he used to play the Michael Myers theme, everything is perfect in there. To me,
I did hear a little homage. I did hear a little homage on like the second or third track on Asinine in the background there. There might have been a little homage to it. I don't know.
Yes. We'll talk about that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing from that, but it sounds like John Carpenter. It sounds like John Carpenter produced it. But,
exactly.
But a producer named Salva did. I'm like, nobody else can rap on this but me. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So my 4th would be The Exorcist. Linda Blair did such a wonderful job as a youngster. And in her later life, a couple of years ago, she signed something for me at Comic-Con. So wonderful. Awesome. I have it up in my shrine right now. Number 5. Damn, that's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's so many, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to give it to one of the Conjurings or something. You know what I'm saying? But all mine are old school. All mine are old school thus far.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, well, you got Hellraiser.
I was gonna say Hellraiser. I thought Pinhead. I would give it number 5. You know what I'm saying? Over Freddy Krueger, because Freddy Krueger is comedy to me. You know
he's such comedy, but that's why I love him so much. Every time he kills you, he's got a great pun on why he's killing you the way that he is. It's fantastic.
But I'm not gonna give it to Pinhead, even though I love Pinhead, and I have Pinhead shit up in my shrine. I'm gonna give number 5 to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Dennis Hopper.
Oh shit.
That one is fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
I think Bill Moseley. I think Bill Moseley is in that one too. You know, I think he's the guy that was scratching his head, his metal plate. Did you get that bitch, little face? Did you get her? Did you get that bitch? Dog will hunt. Dog will hunt.
Absolutely.
So
That's
all
a
mine are
solid
old
top five.
school. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
they're
Yeah,
all old school, but they're solid ones. I mean, I grew up watching all those movies.
My bus driver's over there quoting shit.
I love it.
You know, we're moving.
Man,
We're moving.
I miss the road right now. That makes me so jealous to see it. I haven't been out on the road since summer of 2018. You've been out on the road since the 90s though, man. How much have you seen it change, like just the road life over your career?
COVID changed everything.
Well, that too, yeah.
Oh my God. We've been touring freely all these years until now, dude. There's so many things we can't do. So many people that are not coming because of the vaccine and this, that, and the other. I'm surprised that a lot of these shows are selling out thus far because some of these venues coming up are expecting everybody coming in to have the vaccine, and that's going to really, in my opinion, lessen the attendance. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. I think attendance has been hurt a little bit since it's come back, and a lot of people are waiting to see how the protocols all work out. And to your point, one venue has a different protocol than the next a lot of times, and that's got to be really tough for you and your crew. I know that I was going to go out to a couple of concerts. Some of my buddies that were coming through, I texted them, and they're like, "Oh man, you can come out, but I can't really say hi to you or anything because we got to lock down our dressing room these days." I was like, "Well." I mean, as much as I love you, but I wanted to say hi to you, not necessarily just check out the bands, you know. So
I'm saying, man, I usually like jump down in the crowd and touch my fans and connect with them. I have to stay on stage. I can't jump out in the crowd on this tour. I bring people up on stage, but they have to be away from me. Like when we're saying the lyrics to each other, you know what I mean? And we have to be distanced on stage, and it's so weird, but it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's happening. And how you feel about getting through it? Is every show getting more and more comfortable with the new stuff?
It is. Yes, it is, man. It's feeling more like normal these last couple shows. You know what I mean? And it's hard to get used to the mask and the meet and greet. Sometimes our meet and greet is 300 people that buy the VIP pack, and you can't even recognize some of your people. Like, Tech, it's me. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? You can't see people's smiles anymore. We pride ourselves. The best thing about being Tech N9ne to me is when I walk in the room or when I walk on stage, people smile at me.
Right.
And when you can't see those smiles, man, it's the weirdest thing ever, dude. So a lot's changed because of COVID. Fuck COVID.
Are you wearing a surgical mask and then putting the clown mask over for the meet and greet, or what are you doing there?
No. I don't wear the clown mask in the meet and greet. I only wear the clown mask on the clown portion of my show because there's three of me on this tour. There's the king first, there's the clown, and there's the G. I change all headgear within the show. You know what I'm saying? That's each one of them has like 10 songs. So I do like 30 songs a night. You know.
You're doing 30 songs a fucking night?
Yeah.
How much time does that fill up? What's the set like?
An hour and 30 minutes. An hour and 30 minutes.
That's a lot of songs going back to back then, right?
Yeah, because some of them are just one verse. You know what I'm saying? Because I have such a extensive discography. I have to fit everything in, and some songs I do fully, some songs I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Just back to back, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you've been really busy over your entire career. I was gonna ask you and start labeling off everybody that you've collabed with. You've already mentioned a few of them here on the show. It's like the better question at this point is who haven't you collabed with? You know, like who's on the list that you haven't been a part of something with? I mean, you name it from everybody that's on the top right now, MGK and stuff like that. Like Corey Taylor, you just did last year. You know,
I mean, I've done
Jay-Z, you've done a bunch of shit.
I've toured with Jay-Z, but I haven't done a song with Jay-Z, so that's gonna come one day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Soon, I feel. I haven't done anything with Drake yet. I've done multiple songs with Wayne. I haven't done anything with Avenged Sevenfold yet, and I love Matt's voice. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you've actually given us back in the day. I've seen you give us some props before, and I really appreciate that.
And when you guys came to Kansas City, you dedicated a little piece of heaven to me and everything. I was fucking taken by it. And everybody in the crowd was looking at me and shit. I'm like, yeah, because I saw you guys backstage. You know what I'm saying? Before, and you guys asked me, did I want to stay back there to watch? I'm like, no, I want to watch out in the crowd. I want to feel it. You know what I mean? You guys look at me like, really? I'm like, yes. Yeah. I'm a fan, dude. I want to watch from the front. You know what I'm saying? So, but after M Shadows did it with Machine Gun Kelly, I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to do it first. So that's why I like paused on it. But enough time has passed, and I'm like, I always want to do that.
There might be something in the works here we could work on. There might be something down here.
Yes, sir. If you guys just sent me a track, you know what I'm saying? Something, just send me the whole shit. I'll just fucking add my shit to it. I don't give a fuck. But anyway,
we'll talk about that later. Ted.
Yeah. So, you know, James Hetfield, man. You know, I've been hearing they've been fans for a long time, and Metallica. You know, and I've heard stories about them using Einstein to warm up, and I'm like, I always want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to do Ozzy until fucking Travis Scott and the other guy.
They did it. What was that?
Post Malone did it.
Post Malone. Yeah, Post Malone did it. Yeah.
They don't know nothing about the Prince of Culture. You know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing. I can't say they don't know nothing about it. I can't say that. No, I can't say that. I can't really say that. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I've heard. I've never met Post, but I've heard that the rumor was that I heard is he was in a metal guitar playing band before. So I imagine he knows a little bit about Ozzy.
Exactly. I'm just talking shit. But
that's fun too.
But I'm the kind of guy that was pissed off when I heard Jay-Z use the Doors 5 to 1, baby. 1 and 5. Then you're like, ROC is down with us. I'm like, this motherfucker
beating you to the punch, man.
You know what I'm saying? But he freaked it though.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, so a lot of these people I work with, man, like never worked with anybody like in hip hop before. So when MGK did that with M Shadows, I'm like, but what he did with MGK to me was okay.
Okay.
It was simplicity. I want something big from you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's wordy. You know what I'm saying? I want something that's gonna dip and turn and change and not loop.
You know what I'm saying? I like where your head's at.
In my opinion, MGK didn't send him deep enough to do more things. It was like, you saved me or something. I forgot what it was. It was just he just kept on singing. I'm like, that's cool, but he could do so much more with his voice. Is how I felt.
Yeah,
I never said this to anybody. Sorry and shit.
No,
but you know, not saying it was a bad song.
You're putting on your producer hat right now as we speak. I love
it. Yeah. So when I first heard it, I'm like, M Shadows can do way more than this. Anyway, it was still a good song, still a great big song, you know. But nah, what I do with you guys, you heard what I did with Corey Taylor, with Wither. That does everything.
Yeah, man.
He's rapping, he's singing, everything, man. He showed everything he can do. If I'm gonna do something with you guys gotta send me. Hey, it's gotta be humongous. Look at Face Off, man. Come on, man.
Face Off is dude, just killing it. Just killing it. Yeah. Congratulations on that too. We'll go back to it one more time, but Face Off being the #1 song in hip hop.
Yes.
You know, just it got all the way up to 6. Is it still going higher overall in every genre?
Nah, this morning is at 7.5 million.
Damn, that's insane, man. Congratulations on that. And after you know, like you said at the top, man, never have you seen that in your career. And then we're talking about a really big career. Like there's a lot of sample size on that, and a lot of hits and a lot of, you know, everything. So that's saying a lot. So congratulations.
I've had a wonderful career, and going into my 50th year, I'll be 50 November 8th. Craziest things.
Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio. I'm November 18th.
Oh yes, all day, all night. You know what I'm saying? But all this happening in this era of my career, and it's still going up on the incline, man. It's such a blessing, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's the energy that we put forth at Strange Music, man. We never say die, man. We never say I'm getting too old or too gray to still compete.
Well, hell, well, if it makes you feel any better, like as we said, I'm 36. I'm about to be 37. You're about to be 50. Somehow you still look younger than me. That's what I'm like, I got all these grays and shit, and I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah, but when I grow this out, I am Santa Claus, man. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Let me ask you a couple things about Strange Music Incorporated, though. Like that's your label that you've been putting everything out on for how many years now?
We're 20 years going into 21 years deep, man. Me and my partner Travis O'Gwen, man, independently. Yes.
And independently, and you post most of the videos and everything that I've seen is up there on Strange Music Inc. YouTube channel. So you got all that stuff there. Everyone could check that out. Have you, over those years, you had to have been approached numerous times to go over to a different label with all the success that you were having there? What's made you stay with the Strange Music Incorporated? Like what's that? I mean, other than it being your baby, like, was there ever an offer that actually made you think about it for a second?
No, I started with major labels. I had my first record deal in '93 with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Perspective A&M. Had my second record deal in first one, 93 with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I said that. Perspective A&M. 97, I signed with Quincy Jones and Warner, Quest and Warner. 97, 98, 99, I signed with J-Core Interscope. After that, all those failed. I didn't want to go to a major ever again. End of story. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew what to do. Nobody knew what to do. And all respect to Quincy, he was never there, but the people that worked for him did not know what to do with a black dude from the projects with red spiked hair, painted face, bishop's robe, gang attire up under that, because I grew up in a blood neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? And talked about his spirituality, and not only did hip hop, but it was infused with metal and, you know, saying blues and jazz and everything, just a clusterfuck. They didn't know where to put me because everybody were clones. You know, in '93, they wanted me to be like Wu-Tang because Protect Your Neck came out. I'm like, I'm from the Midwest. I can't do that. I won't do that. I don't sound like that. You know, and they wanted you to do what was hot. And we had to show them what Strange Music could do. And me and my partner, with Travis being the kind of guy that would take a chance with such a clusterfuck, says a lot about his personality. You know what I'm saying? And we've been doing this 20 years strong.
Yeah, man, and killing it. And as you said, just keeps growing and keeps growing. So such a fucking cool testament. Now the show is called Drinks with Johnny, so I got to ask you a little bit about the Caribou Lou drink. I mean, I know through our talks, you've recently, or in the last year or so, got off the booze.
Yes.
But I want to talk about the times when you were drinking Caribou Lou, because that sounds like a fucking insane drink that I haven't had yet.
Holy moly, donut shop, man. It's the best. It's the best shit ever, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I've drank it so much that now I've been sober for 8 months since the 14th. It just passed, and I am not proud of it. No, I'm not proud of it. No, I want to drink every day. I am a drinker.
All right, cool. I knew we were going to go along just fine.
I'm a drinker, brother. You know what I'm saying? I would love a cold Bud Light right now. I say this every night on tour. You know, when I'm telling the crowd and they start clapping, I'm like, what the fuck are you clapping for? I want a fucking double Tito's with Sprite and a lemon and lime twist with some grenadine in it. Motherfucker, I want that right now. You know what I'm saying? I said I would kill a Moscow Mule right now. You know what I'm saying? In the copper cup. You know what I'm saying? I would love a mimosa right now. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I just woke up when I got on this. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. You know what I mean? I usually have mimosas with my breakfast.
Right.
Oh, top shelf mimosa with Grand Marnier in it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Little orange core on it. Yep.
Yeah. But I switched from orange juice mimosas to pineapple mimosas when I went to Hawaii a couple of Halloweens ago, me and my lady, and we started drinking those, and we learned that the acidic thing within orange juice, it's less than pineapple juice, so it feels better.
Yeah, totally. You can drink more of them. So basically, what you're saying is you can drink more of them.
Yes, man. Yes. Man. So that's my drink of choice, a pineapple mimosa. You know what I'm saying? And I can't have any of it no more. But Caribou Lou, I created that in 1995 in a bar that the label I was with at the time, it was a hood label called Midwest Side, and it was owned by this guy that I went to school with named Diamond Shields, rest his soul, and the producer Don Juan, and he had a club called The Palace on like 25th and Prospect in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Mm. And one night we had brought E40 and the Click to perform at that club. The next day when we were cleaning up the club, we were talking about how E40 and them have the Slurricane with the 151 in it and everything. And like, that's dope. Like Hurricane, they dig Hurricanes and call it Slurricane. That's dope. We need our own drink with 151. So we just start playing with stuff. Me, T-Will, and Big Scoob back behind the bar, got the 151, grabbed the Malibu rum, and I don't know how the pineapple juice went in there. You know what I'm saying? And I tasted it, and I said, it's kind of like Caribbean drink, Caribbean. It's like Caribbean. He's like, yeah, Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? Caribbean, Caribou. Ooh, we can call it Caribou Lou. You know what I'm saying? Because if you drink too much of this shit, you'll have to go to the loo. You know what I'm saying? That's the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
English term for the bathroom. Yeah. That's a man who's been traveling. That's a world traveler right there.
Yeah, it's Caribou Lou. You know what I'm saying? But it actually came from a cartoon character, you know what I'm saying, Chili Willy or something, you know what I'm saying, Caribou. And that's why I thought of it, you know what I'm saying? But like, it takes you to the loo for sure if you drink too much of that 151, you know what I'm saying? And like the cartoon, it's soft, but it's hard at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
Was it like it's like a half a jug of 151 or some shit?
Yeah. No, half a bottle, you know what I'm saying? Just half a bottle.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to.
Well, when I make it, it'll be half a jug.
Yeah, it comes with a filter on it. Yeah, of course. It came with a filter on it because they recalled it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's dangerous. Yeah. We would pop it off with a knife and just pour it. You know what I'm saying? Half a bottle, and then just a little bit less Malibu rum because it's sweet. You don't want it to be too sweet. Like. You know what I'm saying? They don't take much. And the rest, you know what I'm saying? Pineapple juice, man. And oh man, it's such a refreshing drink. And it got the ladies up out of their clothes.
You're making me thirsty right now. I'm gonna have to when we're done here. I'm gonna have to get this drink going.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna do it unless you have some leftover 151 like I do at my home. I have bottles at my house.
I don't have the 151, but there are a few other silver rums that you can get there.
Cruzan has 151. Yeah. But us and Outlaw Spirits, Jesse James Dupree and them, they had sent me it sent me a few. We were talking about doing Caribou Lou with them, okay? Doing the actual liquor drink. So they sent me a few samples, like 4 to 5 samples. I still have them in my house. This was years ago because we were doing Sturgis and we were talking about Caribou Lou, and from doing Sturgis turned it into us talking about, hey, what about us doing Caribou Lou at Outlaw Spirits? I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I still have those at my house. And one day, you know what I'm saying, after we were talking about it, I guess Full Throttle had burnt down and they had to rebuild it, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. So we lost contact for a minute, and then I did it at the newer one recently, and I think the idea came back up. So we might still make it, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully by that time I'll be back drinking it. I don't know.
My fingers are crossed. I want to see that can, dude. I want to see that.
But we ended up doing the beer though with Boulevard Brewing Company.
Yeah. Is that still running? That was a few years ago now, right?
Blue beer. No, it's only seasonal, and they've been talking to us lately about doing it again. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. because it really sold out everywhere we put it. You know.
Yeah. Well, and what was the flavor profile? Obviously, I didn't get a chance to try it. So, what was the flavor profile?
It was pineapple and coconut, wheat beer.
Pineapple, coconut, wheat beer. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully you get some more of that going. You send some more my way because I'd love to do that. One thing I wanted to share with you though, real quick before I let you go, because I know you got a busy day here. So, I know you're off the booze, obviously. Have you ever tried one of these Lagunitas Hi-Fi hops?
No.
Okay, so it's sparkling water infused with THC.
Oh.
So it drinks like a beer, still gives you a buzz. But maybe you can do that since you can't do the alcohol right now. I'm trying to give you options.
Oh yeah. I have this thing called slap juice that I get from these medical people, and it's like a shot of it is 20 milligrams. And when I'm done working at home, I take a shot of it, and I'm high as fuck, and I love it. It's such a brain massage. So I'd probably love that. What you said, you know.
Yeah, man, you gotta check. I also get the elixirs like that where you take the shots out, and I'll make cocktails with it. So that I get like a little. The shot will get it straight to you, right? It all hits you at once. I like the drinks and the edibles that I can have, and it'll just continue the high for a longer time for me.
Exactly. Time release. Yes. Yeah. I love it, man. Yeah.
Well,
what's the color? That was a big name you said. What was that?
So it's a Hi-Fi hops. Are you familiar with the beer Lagunitas, the beer brand?
No.
Okay, so they're out in Southern California. So that's why they're all legal here and everything. So
they're Kansas City, man.
I know. Well, come on down, man. I'll hook you up. Don't worry.
Yes.
When you could get outside, of the touring protocol, and you're down in Southern California, we'll get together. We'll have a good time with it.
Totally, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, again, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm gonna let you go. I know you're on your bus. You got a big day, got a big show tonight and everything. So good luck on the rest of the tour. Keep in touch with it, man. This was a really fun chat, and we'll talk about some of that shit we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, man. I need that big music, man. Come on, let's move. You know?
I love it, man. All right, thank you so much for being here. Everyone, go check out Tech N9ne's new record, Asinine, streaming everywhere right now. Cheers.
Much love to you, brother. Thank you.